Hello, Yakri here with another Warframe video. This time I'm talking about the changes to Chroma in Warframe. So, this is kind of first impressions. I haven't actually done any advanced testing for this. I just want to check it out and see what happens. So, let's see here. Alright, we've got this cranked up. And, okay, that is actually... It's kind of less damage than I expected. Shit. I didn't think this was gonna be that bad. Let's see here. Wait. What the fuck bug is that? Come on. I know I look retarded, but I actually am unable to bullet jump for some reason. I had this happen to me earlier. I'm not sure what the cause of it is. Alright, let's just recharge a little bit, switch weapons. Maybe I forgot to mod my Ignis or something. I mean, this is doing a little bit better. And my Chroma isn't the most optimized. I could get a higher percentage, right? Like, I could go much harder into power strength and get way better. Okay, huh. Let's try this out. Well, that's not very significant either. I should have done heavy gunners. These guys are a little too obnoxious. The recasting is pretty cool. Okay, so... This was supposed to be first impressions, but man, my first impressions were definitely not what I expected, so I guess that paid off, in theory, right? In the way first impressions are supposed to work. Okay, so let's try versus the heavy gunners. They're a little less offensive. Oh shit, my elemental ward wasn't up. Okay, so that's not a lot of damage. Let's try the spectral scream. That's really pathetic. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Chroma is shit now, per se. Maybe they've ruined him for me because I'm gonna have to use optimized weaponry instead of fucking just whatever the fuck I want. God damn it. Alright, let's check my shit really quick here. Pretty sure the Ignis was pimped out, although it's not. It needs 6 Forma, really, actually, to be properly set up, and it was dealing gas damage, so... A little bit of a gimme there. But the Atmos should have had no problem with those guys. In fact, I think I had in my last Warframe video, which was the one on weapon, like you don't always need, you know, optimal weapons for the job. I'm pretty sure I used these exact 2 weapons to kill level 120 dudes like that, just instantly, no problem. Absolutely no issue, because Chrome is awesome like that. So now it looks like I'm gonna need to bring out the big guns to have a significant impact. So let's, I mean, what's actually likely to just insta-kill these? So the Opticore shouldn't just obliterate these guys, but it should be more of a viable weapon, right? And let's change my Chroma build a little bit. We'll try the Atmos again with slightly more power strength oriented build, right? So if do I have anything actually increasing? Let's say we ditch prime narrow-minded. Oh man, no, I can't actually I can't actually change. Oh yeah, I can change it around a little bit. I can only change my build around so much though because of all the format it requires. Which is a little bit of a problem. I also can't stick growing power in the top slot, which is really unfortunate. But I haven't played Chroma in a while, and I only just recently bought growing power. Took me kind of a while to get around to it, so that's unfortunate. So let's see now. Now my Vex armor with built mods in it should get me to 600% damage increase. It's 100 something percent more. Not too bad. Okay, so let's try this again, and we'll see how optimized weapons do against these guys. We're going to simulate them. We'll just hit Elemental Ward, hit Vex Armor. They're not going to last as long, but that's alright. Let's come over here, build up some damage. Okay. So, this doesn't have any problem with them, obviously. Let's talk about a low damage, high utility weapon like the Atmos. This is having some more problems. Now, I've cranked up my power strength more, and it's a little bit more effective. So perhaps in an even more optimized version of this, where you have growing power, and perhaps you have a much higher blind rage, and you've got some arcanes to make up the energy problems you'll have from that, like a max rank blind rage, Chroma will still be pretty good. But boy, he took a huge hit. Compared to my previous testing on him, really, he can't do much. Versus these guys, relatively speaking. And it's really disappointing to me because Not so much because it was unwarranted exactly, it's just that now really interesting weapons like the Atmos that are very good versus weaker enemies or with even more damage boosts available to you than this, that are high in utility and low in raw power, have been made less viable with Chroma. Instead, I'm going to have to stick to using weapons like the Opticore and, you know, other sort of mainstream good weapons, or weapons with Riven mods for them and whatnot. Or that I have Riven mods for and all that. So that's a little disappointing to me, but what you gonna do? Of course, the fact that let's see, let's compare these really quick. We're gonna turn these guys off, right, to make this a little easier for me, and we're gonna show off this Opticore baseline though and see how it does. Oops, I already had it out. Okay, so how much it just obliterates them with your scoring up, but okay, not that much. That was actually pretty good. More, oh, right, I've got a lot of multi-shot on here, and I'm getting luckier on my crits. That's right, I think I have a Riven for this too, so it's not even that good normally. But I suspect even without a Riven, with the 500% boost, it would be, I guess it would work similarly to, what's it called? Serration? Now, when previously it didn't. So it would be pretty good. It'll probably won't have a problem taking these guys out with a lot of weapons that can deal okay damage to them now, but not one-shot them, right? Because it'll be 6 times higher. 6 times higher. If you're doing a sixth of their damage per shot, well, it's going to insta-kill them. This is more than a sixth of their damage per shot, so of course it insta-kills them. So yeah, that's what you're going to have to do with Chroma. In the future, you're going to have to just run good weapons with him. It's disappointing, honestly, but the squad utility will be interesting because, of course, alone, he's much worse than he was before. Much worse. But if you play Chroma with teammates, you could be playing with Nova. Well, okay, that doesn't make a difference for you, but for your team it does. If you're playing with Nova, now Nova gets the benefits of her ultimate, making enemies take double damage, and your ultimate giving her 6 times base damage, on more extra base damage on her weapons. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be really good when you're combined with other power amp Warframes, like Rhino as well. If you stack a few different buffs together, it's going to be quite effective. And yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say about that. One thing I will say is I'm very disappointed in this rework, not for any of the other reasons, but because we didn't get any mention of elemental wards from different types of Chromas stacking, right? Right now, if you have 2 Chromas in your party, the person with the higher power strength, or is it more recent cast? I think it's higher power strength. Their elemental ward is all that counts. Any other elemental wards doesn't matter. And if you have, and it still doesn't work with the augment mod. So I'd really love to see those stack. I want to run an ice Chroma and a toxic Chroma in a squad and have their buffs stack. Not necessarily the Vex armor buff, AoE buff. That's fine. It's an aura, whatever. But the elemental ward buffs should stack, because you can have completely separate effects from them. I know, it'll be kind of overpowered if you're running like ice and fire, or, I mean, really anything. But, I don't know. I'd really like to see it stack from a flavor standpoint, from a utility standpoint, from it being interesting to have Chroma in your squad, and to run anything other than Ice Chroma, because running a Toxic Chroma as kind of like a support DPS aura was a great idea. It's just you shouldn't do it because you lose out on the massive awesomeness of Frost Chroma, but you might not have to if they stacked. Anyway, that pretty much made my point. Let's stop this here.